Hey everyone, this is Herrick with Action Figure This Out, and today we're going to be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Walmart exclusive gold label Shazam. Now, I found this guy at my local GameStop, and for some reason the Walmart exclusives have been showing up at GameStop in Canada. I found the Nightfall Azrael and Batman and the Parallax Hal Jordan both at GameStop. So I'll be going through pretty much there instead of Walmart. I still have yet to find the Walmart exclusive Dark Flash yet, but I'll keep an eye out for that one. Now before we dive in, first we're going to take a look at the packaging. Now when you look at the front, you can see the figure through the window along with all its accessories. On the side, we see where the figure is based off of. It says the Shazam of DC Rebirth. On the back, we get a nice picture of good old Billy Batson sitting there on the ledge of the building, eating his apple, and he's got a sack lunch over here. And then on this side, it simply says Shazam. So, let's open this guy up, and let's take a look at what we got. So as you can see, I have Shazam laid out with all his accessories. But before we get started, let's take a look at the height of this figure. So, in inches, he stands roughly around a little over 7 inches. And that would equate to roughly around 18.5 centimeters. So, let's take a look at this guy, and then afterwards we can see how he compares with other McFarlane figures and other action figures of different lines. You can see that this figure actually looks pretty good. Body's based off the infected King Shazam body that we got a few years ago. Now I never really picked that one up because I didn't really like the way it looks. This figure also shares the same body as the Endless Winter Black Adam, which I also didn't pick up because I didn't really like the look of that figure. I prefer the look of the Page Puncher Black Adam compared to the Endless Winter Black Adam. But aside from the symbol and the cape and the head sculpt, the Endless Winter Black Adam and this Shazam are essentially the same figure. Now, one thing I noticed right away was that this figure has the articulation at the bottom of the neck as well as the base of the skull, you can see. Not really sure if this provides any extra articulation, but I thought it would be a good idea to point it out. Well, you're going to see in a bit if the articulation of this figure is any more than other figures. Now let's take a quick look at the accessories before we jump into the articulation. So this Shazam comes with some extra relaxed hands as well as these lightning effects. I definitely am not the first to say this, but these hands are pretty big. They're huge, actually. I'm pretty sure the Shazam shares the same hands as the Page Puncher Superman, which also had huge hands. Now, I like the look of the symbol on his chest. Like many have pointed out, the chest symbol on the Endless Winter Black Adam looks like a bib. So I'm glad they went with a more stylized look for this Shazam. The cape looks nice, as you can see, but I can't help think this would look even better if they had the gold trimmings, if they had added the gold on the edge of the cape. Aside from that, this cape looks pretty good. Now, I don't think we've seen this cape before, so good on McFarlane on using unique sculpt. Alright, now let's take a closer look at this guy. Now, as I said earlier, this Shazam has articulation at the bottom of his neck as well as the base of the skull. Now, I was expecting a little more articulation, but was let down when he could only look up around this far and can only look down this much. So that's really not much. He can look side to side, and he has some head tilt, but that's minimal. Doesn't even get 45 degrees. For his shoulders, he has ball joints that go out 90 degrees. He has some double jointed elbows that go all the way in, and he has the McFarlane ball joints for his wrists, which goes up and down depending on how you turn it, and he can go in and out. For his diaphragm cut, he can go side to side, no problem. Doesn't really get much going forward though. This is as much as you're gonna get, and this is as much as you're gonna get going back. So, no more flight poses for him. He also has a waist cut, allowing you full rotation. For his hips, he has the McFarlane ratchet joints. This is the patented McFarlane joint that allows him to not use ball joints for his hips. He also has some forward kicking motion around 45 degrees. It goes out almost 90, and then back next to nothing. Does he have thigh rotation though? Very minimal. Alright. So, he has double jointed knees that go all the way back as well as the McFarlane ball joint for his ankles. He also has articulation in the toe. Alright. Perfect. As you can see, the articulation for this guy could be a little better, but so far it's good for what it is. Now let's take a look at how he compares with other figures, McFarlane, and figures of other lines. So now we have Shazam next to the Black Adam wave of figures. We have Dr. Fate, Hawkman, and Black Adam. Next, we have Shazam next to the Page Punchers wave. We have Batman, Black Adam, Superman, and John Constantine. Alright, next we have Shazam standing next to other thunder-wielding gods. We have Thor from Thor Love and Thunder. We have the new Herald of Galactus Thor, the Avengers Endgame Thor, and Beta Ray Bill. Alright, next we have Shazam standing next to the PX exclusives Mezco Hellboy and the Thousand Toys Hellboy. So right now we have Shazam standing next to a few Marvel Legends. Right here we have Modular Iron Man, the retro new War Machine, then the 60th anniversary Spider-Man, and then next to him is the Scarlet Spider. Alright, so right now we have Shazam standing next to a couple McFarlane figures. To his right, we have the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn with a mace, Gunslinger Spawn. To his left, we have All Might from My Hero Academia, and then we have the Chaos Space Marine. Alright, next we have Shazam standing next to a few Marvel Legends again. We have the VHS Retro Wolverine. We have an old Toy Biz Marvel Legend, Franklin Richards, and then we have the Build-A-Figure Ursa Major. Next we have Shazam do a few Batman for movies. We have Robert Pattinson, Batman on his right, and then the Ben Affleck Batman to his left. Alright, so now we have Shazam standing next to a few Star Wars Black Series figures. We have the Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader, the Obi-Wan Kenobi, Wanderer, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Then over there to his left we have the Throne Room Boba Fett from Book of Boba Fett, and next to him is Cobb Vanth. As you can see, Shazam towers over Black Series figures, so they don't really work in scale with each other. Alright, so we've got Shazam standing next to the Blackest Night wave. We have the Blackest Night Black Lantern Batman. We have Kyle Rayner from the Blackest Night. Then we have Deathstorm along with Blackest Night Superman. Alright, next we have Shazam standing next to the Wal-Mart exclusives Azrael Batman and Hal Jordan Parallax. Again, for some reason I'm finding these Walmart exclusives on my GameStop, so I'm just going to continue going there for them from now on. Alright, lastly, we have Shazam standing next to the Blackest Night Collecting Connect figure. This is Atrocitus. Alright everyone, that was a closer look at the DC Multiverse Gold Label Walmart exclusive Shazam. Thanks for joining me today on Action Figure This Out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click on the notification button to be alerted of future videos that are coming out. This is Herrick from Action Figure This Out, signing off.